Hello everybody! Today we are playing Black Ops 3, Black Ops 6, Citadelle Del More. We're going to be doing the Gobblegum Only challenge, which is a challenge I created back in Black Ops 3. The goal and point of this challenge is that we're not really allowed to do anything without getting it from a Gobblegum. The way that this works is, by default, I am only allowed to use my knife/melee weapon and lethal and tacticals that I pick up off the ground or start with. I'm not allowed to go crafting lethals and tacticals. I have gobblegums that will allow me to do certain things. Unfortunately, in Black Ops 6, you do start with some gobblegums, so we're going to explain what these first ones do. On our 4 key, we have Arsenal Acceleration. This will give me one single charge of Aether Shroud that I'm allowed to use. Because we start with it, I will not be counting it. I need to just get it out of my inventory. Number 5 is a Shields Up, which will allow us, whenever we get it from the Gobblegum machine, to be able to purchase armor upgrades. That's Tier 2 and Tier 3 armor. Again, we cannot use these to start off with. We also have an On the House. This is how we're going to get perks. We'll be able to get basically 1 perk every 5 rounds. We're only allowed to hit the Gobblegum machine once per round. So, that is 3 out of our 5 gobblegums. The other 2 gobblegums, one of them is a crate power. This is how we're going to be able to get guns and get pack-a-punch both in one. We are allowed to get a crate power and then hit the box and get a single weapon every time we get crate power. We cannot then further upgrade that weapon. So, if we get it on an early round, it's going to be a green rarity, Pack-a-Punch 1. I presume I've never actually used one, but I assume it'll be Pack-a-Punch 1. And then our final gobblegum is the ultra legendary, ultra rare, that will upgrade our weapon to legendary rarity. Because we will not be allowed to pack-a-punch our gun further than pack-a-punch 1, we need a way to be able to scale that damage, so we're using an ultra rare gobblegum for that. We could use things like perkaholic, but truth be told, I think that's a bit too OP, and I don't think it's fun to have a rarity 1 weapon and a rarity pack-a-punch 1 weapon. Because I feel like that's kind of its own challenge, and it takes away from the randomness and the level of RNG that we start with in this. So, unfortunately, because we have gobblegums, we cannot start hitting this, which does mean that we are unfortunately having to put off our On the House. Now, I could just sit here and AFK through the rounds, which sounds kind of boring, truth be told. So maybe we say that if we could hit the gobblegum on round 2, 3, 4, and 5. The way that the gobblegum cycle works, in case you don't know, by the way, is you can't roll duplicates until you go through the full cycle. So you can roll your full cycle in any order. Let's say your first gobblegum, third gobblegum, fourth gobblegum, second gobblegum, fifth gobblegum. But you can't go first, second, fifth, first, right? You have to go through all of them before you can get duplicates, which is why I'm using this 5-round system for us to be able to use our initial starting On the House. So if we say we can get one on round 2, one on round 3, one on round 4, one on round 5, then round 6 we would at that point have been guaranteed to get at least one On the House. We also cannot roll it while it is in our inventory. So being the least forgivable we possibly could be and making it as difficult as it could be, round 6 would be whenever we are allowed to use the On the House that we are starting with in our inventory. Otherwise, we're just waiting for the other 2 to wear off before we can hit it. It sucks. I wish they didn't do this. I wish there was a way to toggle it off, but there's not. They kind of killed the challenge, and look, I don't blame them. They didn't know about a challenge. It's one that I made back in Black Ops 3, one I'm quite proud of, because I think it's really fun. It limits you, it adds in a healthy factor of RNG, and it makes the game truthfully a lot more difficult. Look, we're on round 4. We could have a gun upgraded to a different rarity, a different tier. I also don't even have miniguns that are like zombies loadout ready, how you can equip attachments that whenever you get it, you actually get it with the attachments on it, if that makes sense. We also no longer have a one-shot knife. So I'm a bit concerned. Oh, the only other thing I'm allowed to use is, because if you're playing multiplayer, unless you add in a rule saying, well, you can only revive someone if you have a Phoenix up or something like that, we will be allowed to craft self-revives. So I'm going to be allowed to do that, but that would be the only thing. So we can only use our knife, our starting lethal and tactical, and crafting self-revives from there. I guess we can pick up armor off the ground, right? But we can't actually upgrade it. Same way we can pick up like ammo, and I will say, once we get our weapon, we don't have to like run out of ammo and go back to knifing. We can buy ammo from the little like boxes on the ground. Hopefully at some point we get Vulturade, This challenge would be so much easier if you ran perkaholic. An initial version that I thought of didn't include the armor one. Instead had two different perks for two different gobblegums for perks, one of them being the soda fountain. However, I'm not a big fan of running soda fountain because it's really good in this challenge where you're not really supposed to have choice over what you get or when you get it. That's why we run great power over wall power, for instance. Being able to just pick a perk is a little too overpowered, in my opinion. So that's that. We can finally hit the Gobblegum machine for the first time on round 4. Ooh, that is not the button I meant to press. Let's see what we get. Crate power, beautiful. So now we can head over to the box and we can actually get a Pack-a-Punch weapon, which will make us pretty dang powerful for this early stuff. So head on over here and let us press the beautiful 5 key to activate that bad boy. And open it up. What are we gonna get? I hope it's not like a wonder weapon. That'd be too OP. We oh my god. Why are you yellow already? What? How does that even work? What? Okay. Well, this just feels borderline unethical. So in a way, it doesn't. In a small way, because it does get rid of just one of my power upgrades, which is that ultra rare that makes my currently held weapon legendary tier. So that doesn't matter, I guess. But the crate power doesn't say it makes it legendary rarity. I thought it just makes it Pack-a-Punch 1. So I'm a little baffled. It also is a gun that came with full attachments. I don't know if I had this one zombies made or not, or if it just came with that. I have no clue, but I mean, look, we're feeling good right now. Okay, let's get our next Gobblegum. Hopefully we can get something that will let us upgrade our armor. That would be nice. I just don't want to grab that ultra rare. Yeah, there's the ultra rare, hidden power. I don't want to grab that because I don't have unlimited. In Black Ops 3, I can just use a mod, right, for the videos, and I have all the Gobblegums. We even use mods to give us some custom Gobblegums, which is a lot of fun. I'm actually hoping to go back and do another Gobblegum Only challenge on Black Ops 3 soon. So, hey, if you see some similar thumbnails, it's a challenge I really like. So, now, our goals. What are our goals? We want perks. We can get our first perk next round. We want to upgrade our armor. Weapon situation's kind of handled. We don't really care too much about that, but we will get pretty screwed if we don't have like armor and perks. Like just this weapon can't carry us all the way to like round 30, right? One Pack-a-Punch, one weapon, yellow tier. It can't. Maybe if this was a different COD Zombies game and we just got a Pack-a-Punch weapon, sure, because there's only one tier of Pack-a-Punch in those games, right? So it's automatically the best. But in this, the power will end up falling off, even though it's legendary tier. I'm gonna say. Honestly, I'm going to say by round 15, it's not going to feel amazing anymore. Plus, how does ammo costs work? Is it based on rarity, or is it based on Pack-a-Punch, or is it based on both? Where is my first, like, ammo thing at? 1,000. Okay, it's only 1,000 reduce, so really not too bad at all. Oh, wait, this is the round I can get my thing. We won't hit the box, or the Gobblegum machine for round 6, I suppose. Honestly, more so just because I forgot. I don't like that perk design. I like the perk bottle more. Vault Trade. Okay, so Vault Trade will give us ammo, a bit more salvage. Admittedly, salvage is only going to be useful for crafting self-revives. So Vault Trade would just save us a little bit of money for ammo. I do have the augment where it makes the smoke and I can charge up my specialist faster by standing in it. But remember, we're only allowed to use our specialist whenever after we use the arsenal acceleration. One thing I don't remember if I mentioned, but I am running the augment that gives me 2 charges of Aether Shroud. So it actually, I'm nerfing myself a good bit by only allowing myself to use 1 charge for arsenal acceleration, but I think it's okay. One other thing with this challenge is you're not necessarily incentivized to open up the map a ton, especially if it is a map where you're already, well, how do I word this? Where you're already in a really good spawn, like training area by the spawn, right? So this map has, the spawn is truthfully just a really good training area, so there's no real reason. What am I going to go do? Am I going to go open up Pack-a-Punch? Oh yeah, let me just Pack-a-Punch right quick. You know what I mean? So something to consider is you don't end up getting to move around the map too much. Hopefully this counts for round 7-1. I meant to buy it on round 7, so I'm counting it on round 7, and we get another perk. Okay, so this is that perk stock I was talking about. Now again, because we started with it, etc., but now we know, depending on whether it counted as round 7 or 8, I guess we'll see. The Gobblegum machine would be my decider of fate. What am I pressing? There we go. Quick revive. It's okay. It's okay. So I actually did end up counting for a round 8 purchase, unfortunately, but it's fine. So that means our next on the house will guaranteed should be. I don't know how the cycle works. I don't know like what our beginning cycle is because you start with them. We might end up getting it sooner than around 13, but even if we do, here's the thing. Wow, we got 3 perks. Whoa, that's so powerful, you know. We have Quick Revive and Vault Trade, no Jug in sight, and we remember we only have 1 armor for right now, so we have no Jug in sight, we have no Dead Shot in sight, which would be rather nice for increasing our damage, and our damage right now pretty okay. What else do we not have? We don't have Speed Cold, we don't have Stamina Up, which would be very nice. I would not mind Stamina one bit. Stamina Up would maybe be one of my top 3 perks. My top 3 are Stamina Up, Jug, and Dead Shot for sure. We'll see how we end up getting, if we end up getting those. Quick Revive is good. Don't get me wrong. Quick Revive is good. They're just other ones I prefer. Mule Kick's on in this game, right? I don't think so. So we don't have to worry about that too much. All right, Gobblegum Machine, what do you got for us? We have a Arsenal Acceleration. So I grabbed this. I am now allowed, it's basically in my bank, in my reservoir. I now have 1 charge of Aether Shroud I can use if I get trapped. Even once the Gobblegum wears off, we know we are allowed to have 1 usage of Aether Shroud if we get stuck. You can use other perks if you like, other specialists. I just like having a get out of jail free card, which is why I like running the dual charge version, but it is what it is. That's the point of it. It's to make it a fun little difficult challenge. I really recommend you guys actually try out this challenge. If you have some Gobblegums you don't mind using, there is that like opportunity cost of, well, you have to have the Gobblegums, especially the things with like crate power and on the house being a little bit rarer than, you know, or on the house, crate power, and the hidden power. That's what I was thinking of. You know, they're a little bit rare. I do know that this weekend we have double XP, double weapon XP, and double Gobblegum rates. And I know it's not truly double. I think the math ends up being like 1.6 times, but it's not too bad at all. Crate power. I'm not going to take... What does that say? Comes pack a bunch. Yeah, it doesn't say it's legendary tier. Did we just get insanely lucky? I thought you couldn't even get it. Is it the equivalent of like getting a wonder weapon? Like, is it the same chance of just rolling a raw... Okay, what I'm trying to say is I know that your odds of getting higher rarity weapons goes up as the game rounds increase. I assumed that it wasn't even possible to get a yellow rarity one. I genuinely just assumed it wasn't even going to be possible to get one. Is it possible and just extremely rare? Did we get extremely lucky, or does crate power actually just do that? Because if crate power does that, that makes it better than hidden power, right? And like, I'm not... obviously, I'm not cheating or hacking. I don't even know if that's possible to influence box odds, because that'd be server side, right? So, I don't know. Ooh, Blast Trap? Hold up, where did Blast Trap go? I am a big fan of Blast Trap. I find Blast Trap to be rather effective at eliminating hordes whenever I need it to. Okay, round 11, box hit. Please allow me to get my armor upgrade now. That would be rather enjoyable. I know I said box hit. I meant Gobblegum machine. So, we can now upgrade our armor. We will be buying beautiful armor 2 vest. And so now in 5 rounds, presumably, because here's the thing, if the cycle ends next round, then the very next round, round 13, would be able to roll it again. So that's what I'm talking about with the cycle. I know it's a little bit confusing. I'm sorry. I don't know the best way to explain it, especially because I don't know what we started with. In Black Ops 3, it's easy. I know what we start with and I know what we have to go through. But, so like, did my perk one count, or was it just not in the pool, and then once you add it into the pool, or is it, do you technically start by saying, okay, you have the first 3, then you have to go through 2 more to get the cycle, but you're holding on to it, so how does that affect future cycles if you have it? I could talk about this all day long, and truth be told, I have no idea. Oh man, what's there to talk about now? I feel like we've gone over the challenge fairly thoroughly. A little bit different than the average Apothos episode where I like to ramble and rant a little bit more, but most of the big stuff going on, I probably just talked about in the Dryson Drock video, right? There's not too much else in the realm of gaming, especially in games that you guys might be interested in, because look, I could talk about Path of Exile and League of Legends all day long, but I'll go easy upon thy wee ears. I will say, if you're a big fan of, you know, Souls-like games, and you want to try a game with a ton of replayability that will be rather difficult, give you some, you know, a good bit of pushback, look into Path of Exile 2. It's really fun. It's a game that you can sink thousands of hours into. I will eventually you'll be able to sink thousands of hours into. It just came out. It's an early access. It will be free in 6 months to a year. But if you want to play the early access, it is $30, but you can still easily put hundreds and hundreds of hours into that early access. No problem. Path of Exile, one of the biggest games, I mean, to exist, truth be told, in terms of like how much time you can put into it, right? What are we going to get? What are we going to get? I see you show yellow, but I hate the new Gobblegum machine so much. We're not grabbing hidden power because we get no benefit from that. We're on around 13. My estimation was around 15. Our gun would start feeling a little bit weaker. It's able to take down the Doppelhost pretty quickly, but also the Doppelhost is not like insanely tanky by any means. It's more so the Abomination that I imagine we'll start having trouble with around like 20 to 30s. So, what do I even want to be hitting the Gobblegum machine for? I want to be hitting it for perks, right? And shield upgrades. And storing up Aether Shroud charges. Those are my main thing. I don't honestly care to use any more crate powers because I don't think I need it. I just don't know what else I'd be looking for. What would I be looking for? An assault rifle that in previous games would be better because it deals more damage per bullet, meaning it's more ammo efficient, meaning that if you can't buy it off the wall, you end up running out of ammo slower, etc., etc. But that's not a worry because we can just infinitely buy ammo. We also, I suppose, can't get ammo mods. So if we wanted to replace, like, is there anything ammo mod related? I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Again, you could say once you get your weapon, you can just upgrade it freely, pack a punch it freely, right? Oh, I have this weapon, now I can just go pack a punch it as I want to, but no. That's cowardice, is what that is. It's kind of like a spawn room only challenge. Yeah, if I remember correctly, back whenever they used to do like the 4-man spawn room only challenge, they allowed themselves to use perkaholics and such. Now, obviously, it's not a true spawn room only challenge because we went to crate power. I'm just saying it's like it because we're spending like the entire game here. I need to hit yield Gobblegum machine. I always be forgetting the Gobblegum machine. I won't even lie. Oh, something I do want to. Okay, this is the beginning of a new cycle. We just got hidden power back to back. We know now. Hidden power is 1 out of 5. That means we have officially, like, that is one certain way to know is if you get it back to back, that means you had the last one of one cycle and the first one of a new cycle, right? That's the only way that can happen. Oh no, I'm trapped. I was scratching my nose. Oh, nope. We're good. I actually tried, so whenever I meleeed, that was actually me trying to use my Aether Shroud. I thought it was on that button, but I know now what button it is on. So hopefully now when the time comes, I'll actually know what button to press for it. Does this hide me from zombies? Nope, no it does not. Okay. Glad to know, glad to see. The thing I want to talk about. I've had some, this is crazy to me. So I've been doing YouTube COD Zombies for a few years now. Channels go through various phases. But something that amazes me is that I'm still getting some new viewers. I had 2 comments on the last video from new viewers saying, hey, I'm new here. I'm really enjoying this. And I just want to say, thank you guys. Obviously, thank you any existing viewers who have been here for a long time, but thank you new viewers. This content doesn't... It's a little bit tougher to make this content this day and age. Whenever you hear everyone talking about brain rot, people have 0 attention span, and I'm out here trying to put out, 30 to 50 minute unedited just gameplay videos. It's not necessarily the most popular thing in the world, and that's okay by me, but it really is admittedly very, very cool for me to see new people still coming around, still finding some enjoyment in it. In a 20, how old am I? I turned, what year is it? 2024? Ooh, I'm sorry, I was trying to look at the date on my other monitor. I need to figure out if I'm going to do a birthday episode. December 14th is the birthday. Normally, we end up doing some kind of challenge for the birthday episode. So I'm gonna need to try to figure that out. But I do turn 24 then. Gotta be a challenge related to 24 if you have any ideas. Please let me know. You have to get to round 24 on 24 different zombie maps. Imagine like a 5-hour long video, an absolute nightmare to record. I think last year I did it where I had 23 total purchases for the entire map. So we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. Honestly, it might just slip my mind. I kind of forget my birthday's creeping up on me. It's just not been very important this year. This Christmas and everything is it's just a little bit different because of everything that's gone on. No need to get too into it. But anyways, what I want to say was just thank you guys for new viewers, old viewers alike, for supporting the channel. I'm hoping I'm able to put out a lot of good quality content for you guys coming up. Good quality, in quotations, because, it's this. This is what we got. That's the thing. It's always funny to me. I talk to my, real life family and friends about this. They were like, yeah, your YouTube channel, and this was back whenever it was doing good, right? They were like, your YouTube channel's doing really good. What did you do to make it, grow? And it's like, nothing. I did the same thing I've done since my very first video. Fun fact, hello is not how I started my very first video. But if you go back and watch it. Anyways, so it's like, this is what I've always done. This is what I always will do. YouTube algorithm will determine the level of success, but I'm just so freaking happy to see some new viewers, some new blood around here. It's really cool. Man, that was a hefty chunk of damage from that amalgamation. That's Abomination is the... I hate the Asians. Okay, hold. Abomination is the Margwa dog. Amalgamation is this guy, who admittedly looks rather similar to the Doppelgast, or however we say it. I also want to challenge where I can use the swords. I will say, I've not actually gotten to use the swords yet, but I really think elemental swords are pretty dang cool. And I would love, like, Call of Duty Zombies, but I'm a medieval knight. You heard it here. You heard it here. So if anyone else does this challenge, call it. Hands up. Put your hands up. And I'm only allowed to use, like, it's kind of like the historical challenge I did on Origins, where I was only allowed to use, like, time frame accurate guns. I think we might be able to do something like that. Oh my god, you know what map I just thought of that I really want to do, like, a full proper playthrough, like, as much as you can in solo? I would love to do Shadows of Evil. I need to go find where the purple tier armor is on this map, by the way. I have no idea. I think it's all the way in the back, right? Seems like it. Ping, ping. There we go. Alright, we're just gonna run over to that. I do need to be hitting the Gobblegum. It is still called a Gobblegum machine, right? Man, I honestly I might end up... Can I not get through here without this? Oh my gosh, I waited too long to do this, and we might have to use a burst of Aether Shroud just to do this. Is that cheating? Like, do I have to use my one charge of Aether Shroud to be able to do this? Oh, I have decoys, I guess. Okay, hold up. Throw a decoy. Head up here. God, I hope it lasts long enough. My finger's on the Aether Shroud button, ready to go. I'm watching my HP. I'm watching my HP. We're using it. I'm spamming it. All right, continue. Continue. Come on, big guy. Keep cranking. Keep it going. Let's go. Hut 1, Hut 2. All right, that's my 1 Aether Shroud use. Look at the visual glitches there. Did not want to turn my screen blue. I think it's because we were like in a different HUD mode, I suppose. Heads up display if you don't know. That's so cringe to say that. Well, heads up display because you don't know that, guys. Alright, let's go grab this armor that we are allowed to buy. We have it. We have our ticket. Look at our ticket. Number 4 key, bottom right. Do any of you other guys have trouble with your left and your right still as you get older? I've always had so much trouble with my left and my right. And then my family, they were like, just hold up your hand and you can see the L shape. And whichever one has the right L is your left hand. And I'm left-handed. It's like it really should be. Oh, I forgot I have to. Oh my god, hello. I'm not allowed to use Aether Shroud to get out, so if we take it down, we take it down. The really crappy thing about taking it down, oh my god. Hello, zombies. Ooh, I cannot believe we were able to phase through those zombies there, by the way. Genuinely baffled by that. The crazy thing is, whenever I hold up my fingers to see the L shape, I can't see which way, I forget which way an L goes. Like I do it and I'm just staring at it, and it's honestly worse than trying to figure out my left from my right. Because I remember in pre-K, they taught us Pledge of Allegiance. You put your right hand over your chest, right? And I remember that the right hand was the side by the marker board. So I always just think back to my pre-K class and which side the marker board was on. I am not joking. I don't remember any classroom from like elementary school, like barely at all, except for my pre-K classroom. And I remember it vividly. Because the way I know my right hand is I imagine myself back in that pre-K classroom, and I'm thinking of which hand do I need to put over my chest for the Pledge of Allegiance. And it's things like that that make me wonder, genuinely, what's wrong with me? Is that where things started to go wrong? It's weird. I have more vivid memories of like pre-K, not kindergarten, pre-K, specifically pre-K and like pre-pre-K, than I do first through like 12th grade. I don't know why I remember my pre-K so incredibly vividly. Maybe it was, I remember whenever I first started going to classes in pre-K. And for anyone not American, pre-K is pre-kindergarten. I believe you're 4 to 5 years old whenever you start pre-K, something in that range. I don't know exactly, admittedly, you know. But you're a wee lad, okay? And, oh, what was the story I was going to tell? I forgot. No, I got caught up in having to explain it to the non-Americans. Foiled once again. I was going to buy ammo, but I do realize now we're on the round that actually gives us ammo. We need to hit the Gobblegum machine if we have any desire to actually get perks. Although, I'll say it, I don't have that many of those Gobblegums, so maybe there's a world where I just need to save them. Also, oh no, 1,000 points. RIP. It is what it is. It is what it is, okay? Yeah, man. The story, whatever story I was going to tell about oh, I remember now. We got it. We got there. My first day of pre-K, my mom dropped me off. I was crying. I was crying so hard. And my mom asked me after class. She was like, how did it go? And I said, horrible. I felt so lonely. And I remember this so vividly. My dear sweet mother, may she rest in peace. She said, it's supposed to feel that way. My mom was very funny. My mom, I like to think I developed a lot of my sense of humor and my ability to smile and laugh because of her. But that, I don't know. That I feel like that quote set me down the right path in life. It's like, okay, so sometimes we just have to deal with things. Sometimes we're just gonna have to, we just have to do what we have to do. And admit, looking back, I actually really miss, like, I don't know what you would describe it as if you just had to pick a word for where it's like, whenever you go into your job, job's a little bit different because some jobs your coworkers are just like miserable, don't want to be there, no one wants to talk. But in school, I had a lot of friends and people always wanted to talk, so I was always able to talk. I got in a lot of trouble constantly for talking. Teachers didn't want me to talk, but I did, and it was fun to like hang out with everybody. And you obviously didn't live with them, right? It wasn't communal, but I really enjoyed that constant interaction with humans. And I really loved the communal living aspect of living in a dorm in college. And it just kind of sucks for this particular career path. There is no way for me to like, I don't have coworkers I meet up with, you know, I also don't know anyone like in my area who also does this. It's not like we could rent out an office space, and even then, what are we gonna do? We all put on headphones and we record, and then we put on headphones and we edit, and then we put on headphones and listen to music while we make our thumbnails. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. It's the one downside I talked about before. The one downside of like content creation stuff is just the lack of socialness. And the thing is, it's weird because I also get to, one of the great joys of content creation is I get to live my life knowing that I've had an impact on people. I get to live my life knowing I've made people's lives better. I hope, at least. I've received email. One email has always stuck with me. It was email someone saying like, I get it. It's on the house. It gives me a perk. I hear you. I was wondering where he went, but I really don't want to use my last on the house. Sorry. Hey, I'll say it. 2 perks, good enough for me. Did I buy the tier 3 armor? Yeah, I did. I guess I do need to actually use this voucher now. But it's the one email I got was like someone had been hospitalized for some mental health stuff, where you know they had some pretty deep struggles, and while they were in that recovery process, they said my videos helped them out so much, and that is like, man, that is something that really keeps me going. That's why I talk about the comments so much, guys, because like the comments genuinely like make my day. Seeing those new people in the comments was like spectacular to me and made me happier than genuinely almost anything. And people on comment streaks, all of you on comment streaks are like the reason why I make myself upload a lot of the time. Because I have mental health struggles, and sometimes I struggle with being able to upload, and I feel pressure, etc., etc. It doesn't matter because I'm working past that, and the more you obsess over something, the more you make it into something, right? So it doesn't matter, but comment, streak people, you guys are amazing. I love the community, and I know one day, let's say 5 years down the line, if I'm still playing daily, the odds are that comment streak people, you guys aren't going to be there anymore. And that's okay. I want you to go on with your lives. You know, moving on and doing what you do is an important thing. And I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. And that's how it's supposed to be. But it's like having a kid. And you know one day you got to see him leave the house. And it's like, you go do your thing. I'm rooting for you. But man, I'm going to miss seeing you. And hopefully, you know, we have new comment streak people. And the channel doesn't entirely completely die out. Am I allowed to use this? Why not? Why not? Why not? They're rare enough. I'm not doing anything to like force the drops. It's fine. We've not really used our lethal or tactical. The only thing I used the tactical for was like the one thing required on the map. Also, I know I opened the pack a bunch. That was just because I don't like seeing things on the map, man. I just don't like seeing things sitting on the ground or holding things I don't need to hold. What do I hear? Doppelgast? I don't even know how to pronounce your name, bro. Man, salmon up would have been nice to be able to run away from these guys a little bit faster. We did get really lucky on the starting weapon. I would have loved to have to... The idea was for the crate powers, we use one and we get like a green rarity weapon pack punch one. And then later on we use one and we get like a blue or purple tier rarity, right? That was my idea with it. Or, you know, we keep getting crappy guns and we end up using the hidden power. So we might... I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's insane left. I mean, look, hey, I guess we'll just have to do the Gobblegum Only challenge again in the future. But it does... it's like whenever I do it on Black Ops 3. It's like if I just get a really good or overpowered gun from the start. I know I do have a rule in Black Ops 3, actually, now that I think about it, and I forgot about this, is I'm forced to swap weapons. I can't hold on to weapons. So if I get something that gives me a new weapon, whipping, I'm sorry. It's a little bit of an accent coming out, admittedly, alright? I do my best to conceal it, but because sometimes I just don't know, like if I'm trying to say the dog that is not a dog, a wolf, I think you're supposed to say wolf. You need to pronunciate the L, wolf. I just say, oh, it's a wolf. no L in sight. Hey, no L's around here. That's what I'm talking about, baby. No L's in sight. It's a wolf. Same with pillow. I say pel instead of pillow. I think you're supposed to say pillow. I say pillow. Dude, one word I get traumatized in because I was made fun of it. The wax thing you use to draw colors. All my life, I'd call that crown. Like, sounds just like CROWN, crown, right? And I don't think I've ever met anyone in my real life who says, "Can you pass me the blue flavored crayon?" You know what? Now that I say it, maybe they have. Maybe I have heard crayon. Crown. It's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. My mom again, she had one word she could not say. It was fun because I would tease her about it all the time. And it was abominable. She could not. What are you? Oh, you're a Sam trial. I was like, I don't use those things very much. Oh my god, we have a doppelgals and an amalgamation. God, they're so similar. It's so annoying that Treyarch put so little effort into our game, huh? Don't you guys love the AI calling cards where instead of having any actual human emotion put into it, we just have trash? Isn't it great? Isn't this what we wanted, guys? Woohoo! Yeah, I'm being a bit of a doomer, okay? I don't like it. I don't have a usage of Dying Wish. Huge! I was gonna say I don't have a usage of Aether Shroud I'm allowed to use, so if I panic press, I have to force myself to go down anyways. Dying Wish. Beautiful. I have the augment on Quick Revive. Love to see it. Down to only one perk, and admittedly kind of a useless perk, because I can't... It's an amazing perk, right? I guess that's what it looks like whenever the doppelgast hits you. I've never seen it from this side. It looked like he was just, like, firing out a shotgun. Never seen it from this side. I hate how much I say. It doesn't. I'll end up rambling about stuff like that the entire time. And I zoned out there, which is why my gun just went way insanely high. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That might kill me. I didn't have armor up. I forgot to refill my armor. I was too busy yapping. This might be the end. This might be the end. I have no way of getting perks, right? I have a single on the house I have to cycle to. I've put myself in a bit of a precarious situation. I was trying, boys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. And hold, we can see the screen. Take it easy.